I just got into Washington, D.C. I had to see it for myself to believe it. USAID is no more. Check it out. There we go.
But ladies and gentlemen, Elon Musk and Doge have won in federal court yet again, as yet another federal judge is throwing out a frivolous left-wing lawsuit and indeed finding that what the Department of Government Efficiency is doing to the federal workforce is indeed fully constitutional. And I think we ought to truly examine this judge's reasoning for that. It's the same exact reason other federal judges have thrown out very similar lawsuits from federal labor unions in the past couple of weeks, which is that the executive branch does actually have the authority to regulate the federal workforce, considering that the federal workforce serves under what? The executive branch. They are ultimately accountable and employees of who? The President of the United States. And of course, we've heard so much left-wing panic over the past month now of a constitutional crisis, right? What Trump is doing is tyrannical. He's not allowed to do this. Well, again, as it turns out, I've made the argument for a couple of different videos now that no, if you work for the executive branch and the head of the executive branch is the president has the ability of oversight, right? There's no congressional statute stating that, hey, Jim Smith or whatever has to work at the Department of State, right? That the job of the Office of Personnel Management, the job of managing the federal workforce ultimately falls under the authority of the president. And that's exactly why tonight a federal judge is basically allowing for Trump's soft court dismantling of USAID to continue. It's full steam ahead. The 13,000 or so employees that are going to be fired at that wasteful, corrupt, very sinister agency that's now going full steam ahead is basically some of the disgruntled employees tried to file a lawsuit and they have effectively failed. And we will tell you all about that in today's video, folks. So do us a favor. If you enjoy the content, make sure you hit that like button down below, subscribe if you are new, and listen, the details I think of this case are very important. But first, as usual, let's start, every time we talk about Doge, we always like to start by tuning in to the protests, because who does not love to see another great Democrat meltdown?
People of this country are being violated because all of our privacy is being taken up by Elon Musk and Trump, and we don't know what all they have on us. We don't know what all they have on us.
And we've been talking a lot about how they've been doing these ridiculous protest marches in D.C.
You get your musty hands off of our money, or put a mouse down. You musty
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I don't swear in public very well, but we have to Trump. Please don't tell my children that I just did that.
You had Chuck Schumer going, "We will win.
We are going to fight this fight. I am going to stand with you in this fight, and we will win. 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 We won't rest. We won't rest. We won't rest. We won't rest."
I mean, this is just radical nonsense. And they keep acting as if Elon Musk is the decision maker. He's the investigator. He just brings the material to the public, to the president, and then the president makes a decision and says, okay, cut that. That shouldn't be there. But it's a total transparent process.
Yeah, let's scroll through some of the wasteful spending of what we're giving to other countries. It's millions and millions and millions of dollars.
$7.4 million to Syrian Democratic political opponents right there.
DEI musical in Ireland, EVs for Vietnam, Egyptian tourism, $6 million, 15 million.
Condoms to the Taliban.
The Taliban need condoms too. How many people can anyone afford their own condoms? Get change of $1 and go to a restroom.
For the Democrats that are out there screaming, it's not like we're asking them to cut money from countries that really need it or countries that have starving children. We will continue to help other countries. We'll continue to have relationships with other countries and try to make it work where we can. But when you go to work and you work really hard, that money should stay in America.
That's right.
Should it support the social agenda of the Democrats?
So here's the Democrats losing their minds.
What Elon Musk is doing
is illegal. It is a coup.
Elon Musk makes unsafe cars, and now he wants to create an unsafe world. We will not shut up. We will stand up. We will speak up. That same spirit that Elon Musk has coming from South Africa. We're not going to have apartheid in America anymore.
Who the hell does Musk think he is? He has absolutely no right in shutting down USAID. We cannot allow that. We've got to take to the streets.
A few moments later.
I just got into Washington, D.C. I had to see it for myself to believe it. USAID is no more. Check it out. There we go.
Meanwhile.
First and foremost, Elon Musk.
I think Trump really broke the Democratic Party.
I think they seem to have figured out that all of this nonsense theatrical behavior in Washington is not working. So the new strategy, as you'll take a listen here, is to send a bunch of like Democrat activists to congressional town halls and get them to make a scene basically so they can try to argue that, oh, look, people across America are rising up because we sent a bunch of our activists and staffers to go to a town hall and then we filmed it. Oh, look at all this opposition.
Congressman Tonko, we will show up in D.C. But it cannot be. We have to take the gloves off. We can't wait for protocol. They're not playing by the rules.
Maxine Waters going, show me the ID card outside the Department of Education.
Look them in the eye. Come on, hold your face up. Look at him. Let him see you. This is him. Look at it. What's your name? Tell us your name. Give me that ID again.
Giving you the ID, I showed it to you.
So what?
I showed you the ID.
You do what?
I showed you the ID.
Could you let me see the ID again? Huh?
No.
No? Will someone else ask him for the ID? Will you ask him for it? He won't let me see it again. You didn't see it. You didn't see it. They didn't see it.
And you see the way the liberal pundits are hyping this up. For instance, this video itself was actually tweeted out by a guy named Victor Shi. Now, the OGs on this channel know all about Victor Shi, but I basically joke about this guy as being like my left-wing evil twin. But nonetheless, here's what he had to say. He says, "This gave me chills. Something is happening in America." That's how they're trying to frame it, right? Look, all these regular, ordinary Americans are showing up to their town halls and they're rising up. Look at all this grassroots support after they realize, hey, organized protests in DC look kind of shady because it's like, why are they only happening in DC? So here you go. Voters are showing up. They're speaking out. They're willing to risk it all. What a moment here at a congressional town hall that ended up erupting into a uproarious applause and standing ovation. Watch it all. Applause and cheers. Really something remarkable, right? Just so much. Oh my gosh, this is so amazing. Everyone is rising up. Well, if you're a conservative, your suspicion might be, well, that's very interesting. On the same weekend, all of a sudden, like, there were 100 people at a few different town halls, and they're all filming it, and it's like, I don't know if that's so grassroots, right? You know, is this an issue where maybe you have organized professional activists, Democrat staffers, maybe in some cases people who are even being paid to show up to those things? Well, take a listen here as the new DNC chair, Ken Martin, in an interview may have accidentally admitted that that's exactly what's going on, right? All of this stuff is astroturf.
And that's what we're doing. We're building a volunteer army throughout this country right now so we can win elections up and down the ballot. And you can see the energy just in the last couple of weeks alone, right? With people flooding town halls, of course.
Yeah, so there you have, obviously, DNC chair Ken Martin admitting that it is manufactured outrage.